Welcome back to these clips about the government's proposed water reforms and the discussions that we're having around those if and when we get to make a decision. Hey, it's nice to be back in the office, that's for sure. This time, we look at the concerns that are out there about privatisation. The government states continued public ownership is a bottom line for it, and the reforms include a series of proposals that help safeguard against future privatisation. Key amongst these is a requirement that any proposal for privatisation in the future be endorsed by over 75% of the representative group, and then put to a referendum so that the public can have its say on whether this should occur. There will also be legislation specifying that local authorities that constitute each water services entity would be owners of the entity, making privatisation less of a possibility. Also in the model, there's no provision for financial recognition of ownership like would normally be there, including no shareholding and a prohibition on dividends. These features would make privatisation difficult without significant legislative change. And it is also believed by government that iwi involvement in oversight and representing 50% of the representative group would be a hindrance to privatisation. Your councillors still have real concern about the risk of privatisation, however, and have, in feedback to the government, suggested strongly that a requirement should be that the legislation that brings in the entity will have entrenched legislation in it that will ensure future governments will find it much harder to change all of the laws that would make privatisation harder under the current arrangements. So that's privatisation. It's complicated and a risk is still there, and it's something that councillors will have in their mind come decision time. Coming up next, we're going to have a look at the first bit of the money equation.